Hi folks, how you doing today? Scott Cohen here. For those of you that are in the online version of ACC 4170, Income Tax 1, this is an orientation video for you. Basically, we're going to start out with the syllabus. Okay? So to let you know, this class is what's called High Flex. So there's going to be a face-to-face class and an online class together. Now, for those of you that are online, you do have the option, if you're available and if you want to join the class live at that time through Zoom. We're going to be doing it. And if not, I'm going to also, besides the recordings that I already have, which I'll show you a little bit later on, you can also, we're going to record those sessions as well. Okay? So anyway, just a little bit here. So if you take a look, my name right here. Okay, there's my email address. By the way, this is definitely the best way to get in touch with me right there. Office hours. By the way, these or by appointment. You know, I know sometimes I don't know when everybody's classes are and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, if you need to talk with me, if you're online, we could set something up. Not a big deal. Okay. Also, here's my cell phone number. Just don't be calling me at like late at night or whatever. And by the way, you might want to text first. You know, if you do need to talk to me right away, text to make sure I'm available. You know, could be in class. Who knows? Who knows what I could potentially be doing? But truthfully, now the office phone here, nobody ever really calls me on that thing. So I would tell you, you know, if you need to get in touch with me, the best way is by email. And the next thing, send me a text. Say, hey, this is Sue from ACC 4170 online. When you get a chance, could you give me a call, or you know, something like that. Anyway, this class is going to be it's a 50-minute class, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, from 10:10 to 11 a.m. Okay. All right. So far, so good. So, by the way, this is the textbook. It's 2026 version. It's supposed to be inclusive access. So what that means is when you go into the class, it's supposed to already be there for you. Okay? All right? And I'm guessing it's the online version, what most of you will get. And it doesn't matter to me. I don't care if you hardcover, softcover, online, whatever makes you happy. Okay? Doesn't matter to me. Okay? Let's see. Just a little bit about High Flex. So just to let you know, if you're in this class, you're going to get recorded, okay? So if that's violating your privacy or something of that nature, okay, for you to decide, but I don't really have a choice. Also, the dean's office told us if you sign up for face-to-face, they want you to come face-to-face. And if you signed up online, they want you to sign up online, okay? All right? And just remember, if you are online, you do have the option to attend via Zoom if you like. Okay. Here's a little bit about, so this is all about tax. Now for those of you, there's a few folks that are going to be in this class that they were in the VITA program last year, and I'll be explaining more about that, but volunteer income tax assistance. So they already have a pretty good understanding of this stuff. But anyway, it's all about different tax situations and how you handle it, things like that. 3 hours. By the way, this course is going to take some time. So notice here it says approximately 12 hours per week. I have no idea how fast you work, don't work. You're slow, you're fast. Anyway, the bottom line is just keep in mind, as classes go, this one's going to take probably on the more time versus the less time. Now, most students, to let you know, because they're accounting students, they wind up being successful. Most students get B's and A's in this class. Mainly because they work at it. Okay? You know, maybe a few don't, but for the most part, and to be honest with you, not very many people fail it because it's too important to them. You know, because they are accounting majors. Okay? This class, so it's going to be a regular lecture. There's also recorded video lectures, like I said, that I'll show you all a little bit later on. Different things like that. So we'll talk about that as we go through the syllabus a little bit more. Attendance, bottom line is, you need to attend class. If you're not attending class, it's kind of a problem. frankly, I tend to be a little bit lenient about that. Truthfully, what I really want from you is your success. Okay? So, if you miss a bunch of classes, but you're getting A's on all your tests and homework, I'm not going to be on you. If you're not doing well and you're not coming to class, I'll let you know, hey, don't come crying to me when it don't work out. Okay? By the way, for those of you, I'm sure I know I'm going to have a couple sports people. You got anything going on that's university sanctioned events and it conflicts with something, let me know. We'll work it out. Code of conduct. The only thing I want to tell you about here, you guys know about plagiarism. Don't cheat in this course. Okay? And the main reason, I want you to think about this. You're an accounting major. Cheating as an accounting major is the worst. Okay? Because first of all, if you do it in practice, you lose your license, everything else. Anyway, the bottom line is, if you're going to fail a test, a quiz, whatever, just fail it. You can come back from failure. You can't. It's much harder to come back from dishonesty. Okay, just to let you know. All right. Electronic communication. Be nice. Like I said, emails. I'm going to now to let you know. I generally reply pretty quick to emails and such. Now, we have up to 48 hours. I don't intend upon doing that, but just keep in mind if it's over the weekend or what have you. And I also want to let you know that I have things set up due at certain dates. I'm going to, I'll show you a little bit about that when we get to it. But the bottom line here is, just keep in mind, I'm not on call 24/7, okay? All right, student support services. If you need that, you have some sort of accommodation or what have you, make sure you contact those people. They send me the information, and then it all gets worked out. Okay? Let's see what else. Anyway, there's a bunch of these universal syllabus addendum statements and all this kind of thing. You can go take a look at that if you want to. Okay? Now, let's take a look. So here it's a special note about class and assignments. So again, this is an estimate. Like we're doing this and this is, we're starting out. Every class is a little different. For the most part, I plan on following this, okay? I'm not going to make stuff come early. Usually, if anything, it winds up being pushed back, and don't worry, you'll have plenty of notice. I'm not going to spring something on you for fun, okay? All right, now a little bit about tests, okay? So our tests for this class are going to be two parts. One part is a closed book part, and one part is open book. And the reason why, frankly, is because you need resources to do tax. The things that are going to be in the closed part are things you should have up here. Do you know what I mean? You should know, you should remember, it should be terminology, right? The other part of it will be open book, okay? And you're allowed 1 page of notes, okay? Now just keep in mind, just because you're allowed 1 page of notes, don't go and think, well, I don't have to study for this. That will be a very bad mistake, okay? All right. Now, when it comes to homework, smart book, assignments like this, to me, I view those just like football teams practice or baseball teams or volleyball teams or whatever. You can work with a friend. You can come to me for help. You can come to your friend for help. You can get help from a tutor. This is not an issue. But the thing about it is, just keep in mind, at the end of the day, you have to be able to do the test. So, if your buddy's doing all the work and you're just going, oh, yeah, that's great, let me type it in, let that, what are you going to do when the test comes? Okay? All right? And you get 3 attempts on your homework. I only use the highest score. By the way, one of the things, and again, this is kind of universal for students, is they don't like to read. Okay? You have to read tax. There's rules, whatever. So the notion that I don't need to read in this class, to be honest, I don't know how somebody would think that. But in any event, because it's a matter of circumstances. So, for example, everything especially with tax, is very contextual, meaning you have to know the entire thing in order to answer it correctly, which means you have to read. Okay? So, because of that, pay close attention to these items here. Key fact boxes, examples, terminology. Again, I tell students all the time, I'll give you an example. I would tell students in class, you know, here's a question. What color is the sky? Well, everybody's like, well, it's obvious the sky is blue. That is very true. But if you don't know what the word sky means, then it's a hard question, right? Because you're like, sky, what's sky? You see what I mean? So, got to read and stuff. Anyway, I hit just a little bit over 10 minutes. I'm going to stop it here. We'll be back with syllabus part 2 in just a moment.